I'm Officer Jim Kelly, the San Francisco Police Department, and the first call I heard on the radio when I got to work at about 11:30 in the morning was that there were 2 people in the water in the bay.
Hi, I'm Officer Honoree with the San Francisco Police Department. On the 4th of July in 2004, myself and my partner were working patrol when we heard a call about 2 men that fell into the water.
Andy and I decided to respond down to the area. My name is Matt Gooden. I work for the San Francisco Police Department. I was working with my partner. We were out on regular patrol, and when we got there, there were several police and fire personnel on the scene. The rope that the fire department was trying to lower down to this guy wasn't working because he was holding on with one arm and holding on to, it turned out to be his son, with the other arm. And somebody said to me, somebody's going to have to go in after these guys.
So Matt looked over at me and he says, he said to me, someone's going to have to go in. And I was thinking, I hope he doesn't mean us, because I'm not a very good swimmer. And he started taking off his shirt. And I was like, well, if he's going in, I'm going to have to go in too, because if I don't, I'm going to have to listen to him for the next 20 years. But he got in, I didn't. There was a lieutenant on scene and he said, advised us not to jump into the water because there was broken pilings in the water. Some of them were sticking up out of the water, but there could have been some concealed in the water because the water was green and murky. The fire crew dropped a ladder down from the pier onto one of the broken pilings and secured it on the broken piling. So Matt went first down the ladder and jumped from the piling into the water. And just as he did, the waves were increasing in size because there was a Coast Guard boat and a police rescue boat was called to the scene.
And the waves from these boats were starting to work their way in. And just as I got to the bottom of the ladder and was going to get in the water, and one of the waves overtook both of the guys. And as the wave overtook him, the older gentleman lost grasp of his son, and it was clear at this point he was unconscious because he started to go under. He wasn't moving at all.
And as he jumped into the water, I was looking down. As I was going down the ladder, I could see that the old man had lost the grip of his son, who was unconscious. And he was going under. And you could just barely see, he had like an orange jacket on. And he's probably about maybe 3 feet, maybe gone under the water. And you could just barely see the jacket at this point when Matt got in. And then you couldn't see him.
So just as he started to go under, I jumped in the water and grabbed the back of his sweatshirt and pulled him back up.
And I looked over the side and I saw Andy Meehan and Matt Gooden in the water and trying to keep 2 people from drowning. And it looked like they were struggling now. Apparently they'd been in the water for a few minutes already, and I thought they were maybe starting to tire. It didn't look like they were going to be able to get out the 2 people out of the water with the personnel they had. So I took off my gear and I went down the ladder and tried to reach down and pull one of the 2 victims up by the arm to get him onto the ladder so I could help him get up the ladder.
Myself and Jim were trying to get the old man to climb up the ladder, but he was exhausted from holding on to his son. He's probably in the water about 15 minutes now. The water was cold.
And at that time he was getting very, very tired and just didn't have any strength left.
And it had taken its toll on the old man, and he wasn't able to climb up the ladder. So then Jim jumped in the water beside me and we tried to push him up, but we weren't successful. He wasn't able to make it up the ladder. So I just told the old man, I said, just sit here, I got you, don't worry about it. Your son's okay, they pulled him up already. And I wrapped my legs around the piling and I held on to the bottom rung of the ladder and had the old man sit on my lap. I just held him there until the rescue boats came in.
In the meantime, Matt Gooden had jumped in and was trying to get a rope around the other victim with a fireman who had jumped in also. The rope kept sliding up and sliding around his neck and they couldn't pull him up that way, so they had to keep struggling with him until they could get the rope below his arms.
The son was prone to seizures and they were crab fishing off the pier and he took a seizure and fell in. So the father, 72 years of age, jumps in after him, which was very brave of him to do too, and did a great job, held on to him for a good 15 minutes in the water. But the waves got the better of him, fatigue probably too, he's an old man, and he lost the grip just as Matt got in the water, so Matt got in just in time, and I was happy to be behind him to help out. I give all credit to Matt that day. If he didn't go in, I don't know if anybody would have went in.
I remember that day, it was just a normal day for Andy and I. The Giants were playing, it was a holiday, and we knew that there was going to be a flyover at SBC Park, and that's all we talked about all morning. It's like, well, we gotta make sure we're 10-8 when this flyover happens, because we really wanted to see it. So this thing happened, I think, at about 11:30, and it was over within 30 or 40 minutes. We were able to get back to the station, get showered up, get a clean, dry uniform on, and get down to the ballpark in time to see the flyover. So we made our goal for the day, and we saved a couple of guys, so it was a good day.